Welcome back one and all for the latest episode of The Good, The Bad and The Ugly at Liverpool FC podcast, brought to you by the LFC File and myself, Ben Green. So firstly, apologies for the sound and maybe a little bit of a shaky video because I've left my microphone at home and I didn't bring what do you call it, a tripod. There you go, shows how much I use one. So there you go. Let's get on to this quickly and let's keep it brief because as you can see, as you can probably gather from my demeanour, it's not the coolest day here today in St Catherine, Jamaica. Absolutely roasting, to be perfectly honest. So I'll try and get this done as quickly as possible. Let's remember, of course, to subscribe, press the notification bell, like, of course, tell your mates, your fam, etc. And let's continue to grow the community. And, of course, welcome aboard to the new subscribers. So let's get the ball rolling with the good. And the good this week, if I look at my notes here, is definitely Liverpool's hard-fought 1-0 win over Leicester City on Sunday. A bit of a sort of drabbish game, really. Typical of Liverpool the last couple of months when it's been apparent that either nerves from being so close to winning the title, or maybe a bit of tiredness from a grueling season. There's a couple of early chances from Mo Salah went close, I believe, early on, and Luis Diaz as well. Nothing came, unfortunately. And then, as we've seen Liverpool do recently, they lost a fair bit of momentum started to give chances, let's say, to the opponent, which is never a good thing, to the point where they actually had a goal disallowed for offside. So that was a bit of a wake-up call. And then on, I think it was, I can't remember when it was, very late on, I think 70-odd minutes, Trent Alexander Arnold, Real Madrid bound, if rumours are to be believed, smashed in from a corner after a bit of bobbling around with the ball, and then he was there, strangely enough, on the left side of goal to fire across and give Liverpool a deserved lead. Well, deserved maybe. And of course that turned out to be the winner. So happy days for that one. As reported in the Independent, Leicester versus Liverpool, but it says live, not anymore obviously, Trent Alexander Arnold condemns Leicester to the drop as Liverpool eye title. So sorry for all the Foxes fans, but yes, the red juggernaut is marching on. So Liverpool are now, let's see, on 79 points, healthy 13-point lead over Arsenal, who are on 66, and all points or all thoughts go to the Tottenham game at Anfield on Sunday, and that would be nice if we could wrap it up there in front of the home crowds. So yes, let's live in hope and see what transpires there. Moving swiftly on to the not bad, and the not bad this week is going to be just the fact that Virgil van Dijk has extended his contract, which is something we all kind of knew from the last couple of weeks of speculation and announcements. Firstly, coming from David Ornstein, of course, Ornstein, sorry, in German that will be Stein, but Ornstein. Confirming that Mr. Van Dijk and Mo Salah will sign extensions, and that was confirmed this week as reported in The Guardian amongst other outlets. You can see the headline from Andy Hunter there. Virgil van Dijk signs new 2-year Liverpool contract worth up to 400 grand a week. Not bad. Nice work if you can get it. Then he just goes on to summarise. Captain's deal includes performance-related bonuses. Van Dijk proud to be referred to as an adopted Scouser. So yeah, not bad, mate. Well done, mate. Well done. Eh? Very good, Veg. Super Veg. I think I'll edit that out. Anyway, moving swiftly on to the ugly. And the ugly this week is basically, as you've probably heard anyway, I'm sure by now, is Richard Keys' as reported here in the Mirror and many other outlets, of course. Richard Keys bizarrely dismisses Liverpool title win in angry rant at Arne Slot claim. And then, yes, Jacob Leaks goes on to write, Liverpool are 3 points away from being crowned Premier League champions, though broadcaster Richard Keys has not been as impressed as others have with the Reds title challenge, or title charge, as he puts it there. I think Richard Keys never is actually very enamoured with Liverpool, to be honest. And I think this is just another attempt at him kind of trying to, let's say, keep a bit of the limelight for himself. If there's nothing else to do, why not? So yeah, not particularly impressed with that. I think his claim was that there's been no competition, but at the end of the day, this is not something Liverpool can effect. If Man City choose to implode, then that's their business. If Arsenal can't string a run of results together, that's their business. And yada da da da. So at the end of the day, it is what it is. Liverpool can only beat the teams that are put before them. And it's just a shame Mr. Keys wasn't one of them, because he'd get a good whopping. Anyway, be that as it may, good riddance to bad rubbish. And now we move on to the part of the show which you possibly all been waiting for. The Fantasy Premier League update of the world-renowned FC Akian Saltfish, as is the national dish here in Jamaica. Yes, not the best of weeks, unfortunately. As you can see, I've scored so far an average of 40 points. It's a double game week. With the travelling and everything, I actually missed to finish completing my side, my team. The deadline here, I think, was something like Saturday morning at 7:30, which I completely missed. And so I have Isaac as captain. As you can see, they made a grand contribution of 4 points. Thank you very much. Martinelli got 8 after scoring in Arsenal's game. That's really about it. Saliba got 6, Munoz 5 in Palace's game there. That's about it. As it's a double game week, we've still got scoring opportunities for the Arsenal and City players. So let's see what happens there. Of course, my manager, Mr. Howe, was only able to get 1 point, unfortunately. Yes, Newcastle didn't do very well this week. On to the league situation. So you can see they think it's all over. They've had a very good week, and they are within sniffing distance of my rear. So I've got 2,186 points, and they're on 2,129. So not far off, although I'm reasonably confident that next week I will restore the lead, or I will hope to anyway, continue with my form up to now. If we go on to the League of Kings, you can see that over land and sea, Mr. Chris Gale is one of the few people who has managed to have a worse week than me. Well done, that man. He's got 1,935 points, some way below my 2,095. So, all things considered, I'm very happy to still maintain the lead. Yes, there's a double game week coming up, I think in week 35. Yes. So I'm going to play a wild card in one of those next couple of weeks. I've got that still to play. So, on that note, I would remind you all to like, subscribe, press the notification bell, tell your friends and fam, continue to grow the community. It's a bit later than usual, so apologies for that. Just 1 or 2 logistical issues, as I'm sure you can imagine. And look out for the FPL update, which will probably be out on Friday, all things being equal. And of course, the next episode of this podcast, which will be out on Monday. So until then, look after yourselves, look after one another. And until the next time, peace. Your LFC file.